it's how soccer is a wheel.
Mm.
Today you can bet that no pyramid is gonna lose, and look what happened. They won yesterday.
Yeah. So let's
But
take.
there
Yeah.
is one issue.
Yeah. My apologies. Let's take a break and then we will come back and then we will unpack some of the stuff that you wanted to talk about. Yo, I get to inchi little langato. Let's take a break and then we will come back.
Alright.
Cool.
Happen. It's only on radio where the magic happen. And no rare radio station in the world. It's only on radio where the magic happen.
Zollywood Radio, where the magic happens. The home of Zollywood stars. 0. Let's start the party.
Nossa, assim você me mata. Ai, se eu te pego, ai, se eu te pego, ai.
Let's start the party.
On Zollywood Radio, where the magic happens.
You are listening to Zollywood Radio, the home of Zollywood stars.
Turn it up.
So let me just say good evening once again. So for those who were listening in, maybe didn't catch what we were talking about. So I just want to clarify this. So we are talking about sport. So it's all about the reflections of the game that was happening during this weekend, especially yesterday, where the Egyptian team, which won the CAF Champions League, which it was playing against a South African team. I know for some South African people, they know what I'm talking about actually. So yeah, so that's one thing I can say on that. So I still have the Magatzolaka show with me. So yeah, let's still continue with where we left off, but we just have to let our listeners know we are talking about the reflections of this weekend's showpiece that was happening, especially yesterday, because most of the teams that was playing, it was the pyramids of Egypt and the mamelodi sundowns of South Africa. So yeah, so uh, let me just take it over to Dimakato, or should I say, well, I call her Nolo, but on her social media platforms, her name is Dimakato Laka Show. So yeah, let's continue where we left off. So yeah, so before we took a break, so we were talking about the reflections about like what Cardoso had to do in terms of the game itself. So what do you make of it?
But Cardoso needs to sit down and reflect on his mistakes.
Mm.
He needs to reflect on his mistakes. All coaches, it doesn't matter if it's Cardoso or not. There are days that they will win, there are days that they will lose.
Okay.
For example, no one believes that Real Madrid would lose against Arsenal. No one believes that. Because they don't know that Real Madrid has like perfect stars, soccer players, but it did not happen for them. So there are days where we're gonna do well, there are days we're not gonna do well.
Okay.
In soccer. So we gotta accept it that if it's fate, if God decided that the Champions League is going to Southern Africa, we would have won it. But it stayed in Egypt. But there is one problem with the CAF Champions League.
Yeah, so let's shift our attention from CAF to UEFA because obviously we have seen that PSG was playing against Inter Milan. So I just want to hear from your views. What were your analysis when PSG won the Champions League on Saturday?
When PSG won the league on Saturday, right?
Yes.
Everybody was not rooting for PSG. They were thinking of Inter Milan.
Yeah.
No, the other team is gonna win, but it didn't go that way. It went to France because they prepared. They knew what they wanted.
Yes.
But now, perfect. If they qualify for the next round, the next season, it's luck. They can fix their problem. So every team that qualifies again for the next season can fix their mistakes. Because if they don't fix their mistakes now, they're only going to fix it on the next day. It's not going to work.
Okay.
They still have enough time in the holiday season to fix their mistakes.
So, like, what do you make with people's predictions when they say Inter Milan will win the Champions League? Regarding maybe o tlhagana motho mo strateng I don't know, like Inter Milan will win the Champions League and then all of a sudden you find that PSG will take it, and especially with 5 goals in one day. So what do you make of it?
Some predictions. Some people can predict good. Some people can't predict good.
Yeah.
It's a win and lose situation. Some people are predicting because they love the club Inter Milan. They love it with all their heart. And then others are just predicting just for prediction.
Okay.
Sometimes people do sports betting. Some they were betting for Inter Milan. And then others who were just betting for PSG. But do you know that some people that did not go to sports bet and bet, they say, if they say PSG will win and Inter Milan will lose, and they are correct, but it's only if I went and bet, everything would have been fine.
Okay. So I just want to ask you just a simple question. Since World Cup Club World Cup so I just want to know from you, who is going to win this? I know it's going to be a tricky one. So I just want to know because obviously, right, or hona lebo Chelsea, hona lebo Dortmund, hona lebo Manchester City, Real Madrid, I think Liverpool on I think more. So I just want to know from you like if you think or like um if you do your math, which team will take the World Cup?
I think a team from Europe maybe can take it, but
Mm,
you will never know. But you will never know soccer because I can say a team from Europe can take it, but
mm,
at the end, something surprises you. The only time that you can know
mm.
what is going to happen is
Okay.
when the team win in the after the first round of
Mm,
the group stage.
yeah.
Then you can see what is happening. For now, you can't see the World Cup. No one thought that Argentina would win.
Mm,
They never thought that Argentina. They thought France would win it again, but it was shocking.
mm,
France, even in the AFCON, no one thought that Bafana would go wait to third place. No one thought.
yeah.
Uh-uh. They thought no, we are gonna be out in the first round.
Yeah.
When we went through the first, the second, and the last one, we were shocked. We were surprised that
Mm. So okay, like before we wrap up, ne? So I just want to know from you. Obviously the World Cup is coming. So obviously Sundowns will be playing against I think it's Borussia Dortmund, right? So if they will be playing against Borussia Dortmund, so when how level is it like o lebeletse gore ke team e feng e lo winang?
I think Boris Dortmund can win, but Mamelodi Sundowns need to pull up their socks because
Yeah.
they're not playing with local players that they know. They're playing with international players. So
Mm,
they have to adapt. They have to adapt to the style of the international
mm,
players, and the international players also have to adapt to the style of Mamelodi Sundowns. It's a win or lose. But
mm,
Mamelodi Sundowns must not play the game like it's just a game. They must just
mm,
play like they're in the final. They must just play the way they are used to play. They must play like they're in the final. It's like a do or die.
yeah.
Because now that is where Coach Cardoso, if he wins the one, it will people give them hope. Because
Mm.
now yesterday they were hopeless.
So yeah, let's end here. But there's a question, man. There's a burning question that I want to ask you before we wrap up. So I just want to know from you, like the season that has passed, like what do you make of it? Like where now we win it so that the listeners also can hear what is going on. But before we go to that answer, I just want to do this. I just want to say to every listener who is listening to Zolhood Radio right now, well, we're still with Dimagato Laga Show. She's a content creator, and obviously she does everything soccer. So yeah, she's going to be our resident analyst for the weekends, especially when it comes to soccer and all that. And then on Thursday, that's when we'll be talking about disabilities and all that stuff. So yeah, just today we are talking about soccer. Like, we are covering some of the stuff that have passed and some are still coming. So yeah, so I just want to send a special shout out to those who are listening. Also to Dollar Bill, if he is listening, the boss's boss, and everyone who's listening. So yeah, so you can continue with with your answer. So what's your views on that question that I asked you?
Okay, the 2024/2025 season of the Baseball Premiership in South Africa, it was a mess. It
Mm,
was a mess. From day one, it was a mess. At
yeah.
they, first, they postponed the days where the soccer had to be started.
Mm,
It was supposed to start in August, but it started in September.
yeah.
After after starting in September, everything went a bit well. Till
Mm,
December, there was
yeah.
one team, Royal AM. The
Sure.
the former Mount team
Mm,
ruined everything because there were many teams that did not play against that team because it was cancelled. They were cancelled because Royal AM was in a big mess. First,
mm,
they did not pay. They did not pay the players.
yeah.
They had,
So
they had money issues.
yeah, so I just want to ask you though, like in terms of taba e ya Royal AM, ne? So I just want to know because I know there've been rumors that Mamkiza has a lot of money and and all that. So so for you, like as a fan of soccer, right? So when how like what do you think of it and what are your views when it comes to like PSL Kabuyo Nanji? Like what is it that is touching in your mind?
First, Mom Kiza, she should have not flaunted her money.
Mm.
I think she was doing it for the public to say, oh, I have money. They are businessmen like Candice
Yes.
Musita and Ivan Koza
Yes,
and
yes.
Taylor Down.
Mm.
You won't see them flaunting and saying, I am rich. No. Now, Mom Kita's mistake was to,
Mm.
her first mistake when Royal AM started for the first time.
Yeah.
She paid players on national TV. Everybody was watching after the game. The cameras were rolling when
Yeah.
she paid players who were shocked. She was not doing it for just doing it. She was doing it just to gain
Mm.
popularity. And then PSL, they must stop putting politics in this game. They must stop politicianing. It's
Yeah.
not a politics. It's not parliament. We should move away from politics. Everything will be fine. So
Yeah.
for the 2025/2026 season, we are hoping that the PSL won't delay the starting match in August. They won't delay to September again.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. So let's shift to Tabea Kaiser Chiefs, man, because it's been sloppy since Nabi Atene, man. Like Aki man. It becomes something else. So like even wanna know they'll be starting off out of top 8. So when I will level it like will level it you are behind on this thing.
Kaiser Chiefs needs to rebuild first.
Mm. Yeah.
But one problem with Kaiser Chiefs is that some players
Mm.
are arrogant
Sure.
because now they have entered a big team where everybody loves Kaiser Chiefs.
Yeah.
But now some players don't play soccer as for passion. They only wanted to be in a big team like Kaiser
Mm.
Chiefs. Kaiser Chiefs could have done better, at least to be number 8 in the top 8. Yes,
Sure.
they have fans. You see, Kaiser Chiefs fans, they
Yeah.
don't give up. No matter win or lose, there will still be a Chiefs fan. Do or die.
Yeah. So
Coach Marvin, he needs to go and fix his homework.
yeah.
He must buy players that really want to play. But
Mm.
you
So
know,
yeah. So ke go botsa question ya mafelo before re tswalla. So the question that I want to ask you, do you think that super sport yoba easy gore ba e rekise?
no, it won't be easy.
Okay, why o re bjao?
Super Sport has produced stars.
Yeah.
So half of Mamelodi, some of Mamelodi Sundowns players come from Super Sport.
Thank you.
Like our goalkeeper, and one of them is Tebogon. They come from Super Sport. So, you
Yeah.
know, as we were growing up, we grew up knowing that the team called Super Sport. We don't
Mm.
want Super Sport to be like Bloemfontein something. Bloemfontein something.
Yeah.
What would be? But now,
So
they sold
yeah.
they
So
sold the team to the wrong people.
mm,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So I want to ask you this question before we actually it's a wrapping up question. So like I just heard I think a few days ago, Hore, there was someone maybe who was looking to buy Super Sport, but he lost interest, and then okare maybe o nyaka go reka di team tsa ko tlase tsa NFD. So if maybe let me just pick your brain a bit. Ke team e feng would you say that they would pick to sell their status?
Super Sport, okay, let's start with Super Sport first. Super Sport will never. Super Sport is
Yeah.
if Super Sport goes big, I think it will never be the same.
Mm.
Because Super Sport are the real pushers of DSTV. Now,
Thank
if
you.
Super Sport United goes, hey,
Yeah.
DSTV is gonna surround. Because hey, like you can do on Super Sport, but the team that could sell the station, I would have said, okay, Royal AM should sell the station because they are dedicated to it. But I
Yeah.
want to see the doesn't want, but he doesn't want to sell the station because the parents are asked, please can we buy the station, but they don't want to.
Mm.
They don't want to. But you know, when the PSL game started, we were not sure about this team called Maki. Maki FC, I will never give it hope. But look where it is now. We are all shocked.
So if you're talking about Makesi FC, I mean like they've started really strong this past season. But now I'm asking myself, what went wrong? Like, what happened? So, like, in closing, Jay, like, what happened to my KCFC actually?
Amakezesi is just a number. It's a team that will, as supporters of all other teams, we were not sure that this team will make it. But look at them, they made it means another season. But when the PSL was, and we thought that it was gonna get in the game. But we never thought of Super Sport. Super Sport was not even in our book. We do not know what went wrong in Super Sport. Because Super Sport had won the league more than once. Super Sport was dominating.
Yeah.
The previous season, Super Sport was ranked number 5, 6, but now Super Sport surprised us. But Super Sport needs to fight hard. Because they still have one foot at the PSR or another foot at the NFB. So it's a win or lose situation. Because this year, if there was no issues with Royal AS, we could have played, Super Sport could have played amount of games that were needed. Now, because of Royal AS, messed up everything. Everything was just a mess. Because many games were cancelled.
Yeah. So, in closing, if anyone wants to find you on social media, Balgrabia.
They can get me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Threads. On Facebook, it's Dimakato Mohani. On Facebook group, Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. It's Dimakato Laka Show.
Okay. But I was going to ask you, like, do you have a WhatsApp channel so that people can see your content?
The WhatsApp channel is coming soon.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, I just want to thank you for being with us on the show and hope to see you again or talk to you again on Thursday. Same time.
On Thursday?
Yeah.
Same place on Thursday. We'll be talking about disability.
Thank you. So, yeah, so you've heard it, guys. This was, I can say, our analyst of sport. And yeah, so we'll be talking about disability related things on Thursday. So yeah, you better catch me and her actually on Thursday and also on Mondays about sport. So yeah, without further ado, guys, let's just do this. Oh, let me just do this. Hold on.
Who let the dogs out? LDawg, woof woof. Turn up!
Okay, let me just...
Put your hands in the air! Make some noise! Yo, this is Kevin Hart, the king of comedy, and you are listening to Zollyhood Radio.